Alex closed on a wholesale novation deal that he sold to a retail buyer. The buyer bought it with an FHA mortgage. Tell us about the deal, Alex.
Yes, yes. They call this deal a novation. The lead came in on mid-May sometime. I locked it up on June 3rd at 130,000. 90 days later, we funded and we made $9,500. And that was an amazing experience. We got it done. It's my very first novation deal, which I ever done. It's in Texas, Laredo, Texas. The lead came through the Facebook marketing that we run right now. She submitted the address right away. I engaged with her via text, asking about her timeline. How soon are you looking to sell? She goes like, hopefully this summer. I'm like, okay, great. How's the condition? Do you have any pictures? She sent me a bunch of pictures, but the pictures were very poor quality. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this deal. I need to get better pictures. They tried to sell last year for 169.9. It was listed by some agent, which she was not happy at all with. The agent didn't communicate with her, I guess. She never sold it last year. So I'm looking at the listing from last year, did a little research, and I'm thinking I should be somewhere around 125, 130-ish. So I talked to her. I said, Maria, the pictures look okay. I think the condition is quite poor. We need to do a lot of work to the house, which is true. What do you think you will be happy with as far as your price? I ask her. I always ask my sellers, what do you have in mind? And take it from there. She's like, I'll be happy with like 135, 140-ish, something like that. I knew I got to be lower. I told her that we need to be a little lower. My offer is 130. Do you think we can move forward? She thought about that. She thought about that. And she's like, yeah, I'm ready to sell. I want to sell. And I told her, like, look, I might not be your buyer. And that's the beautiful part about the innovation agreement, is because it allows you to actually get the property on the contract and take it out to the open market and find the buyer for it, right? And that's exactly what I did. June 3rd, we locked it up at 130,000. I turned around and listed it on marketplace for 145. 145, first week, nothing. Second week, some inquiries. Hey, is this still available? Is this still available? Then finally, right around 15th of June, there is a lady who ended up actually buying the property with her husband.
How did you secure your compensation?
Well, that's the trickiest part in innovation agreements. And that's what I actually learned just recently, because again, this is my very first innovation deal, which I've never done. When you work with the lenders on your deals, and I'm talking about like conventional lenders or FHA lenders, VA lenders,
Institutional lenders like banks. Yeah.
institutional, if you have them involved, they will not pay wholesale fee whatsoever, which I discovered on this particular deal. So what you have to do, you have to file what is called a notice of interest to the county. As soon as you get the contract, sign with the seller at the price, you file the notice of interest to the county. In this case, it was a Webb County in Texas. I send them the notarized notice of interest with an address. It has to be notarized. That's important. Original signature with the money order or a check to the county. Before you do that, you have to actually call the county. If you don't know which county you're in, like each county, they have different recording fees. Okay. Different states, they have different recording fees, different counties. So you have to find that out. Find out where to send it to in the envelope. They will get it. They will record the notice of interest, and then they apply that fee, what you send them, and they have to send you the original. They have to send you the original back. That's what your protection, like with that notice, you actually have what is called an equitable interest in the property, which allows you to it's basically you put in the lien against the property, against the title. Without clearing that lien, the transaction will not close.
You did a wholesale deal. It's just the end buyer didn't pay with cash. The end buyer paid with a mortgage. They got a mortgage approved. But it wasn't
Exactly.
approved right away. It was actually, they did an inspection and it was rejected, and you had to do some repairs to the house, right? To get it approved.
So basically what happened, yes, initially I didn't know that was supposed to be an FHA loan, and then the agent told me later on, and he told me that the condition actually not bad. From his experience, the property should get approved, no problem. And I listened to him. But then when the appraiser came out, the appraiser said that we need to make some repairs. So they got some quotes from the contractors. The contractors came out. They evaluated what kind of repairs needed to be done. I mean, the appraiser told them what needs to be done. So they gave us some quotes. The repairs were insignificant, right? But they were required in order to FHA to fund the deal. So
How much? How much of repairs did you guys had to?
it was like $500.
Mhm.
It's not that bad. I was
Yep.
actually very much surprised about that number. Appraisal report at the end of the day, the property appraised, which was a good news. I don't know what the appraisal value was. I have no idea. And then they would never disclose. So I didn't care. As long as the lender takes the appraisal report, I'm good, you know. I mean, I'm closing deals remotely, Zach. I never visit the properties. It's all remote things. Like, come on, man. The remote is beautiful. I mean, look around. I mean, where am I at? I'm at the beach, man. I'm here at this restaurant working remotely from my laptop, and that's what we do. We can work from anywhere as long as there's a Wi-Fi and the phone. You got to be able to make the phone call through the system, which is set up. I don't use my phone. All the calls are recorded. You can always go back to them if you forget something. That's the beauty of it. You are so flexible, unattached. There is no strings attached to any place.